Yeah, a lot of NSIG usages. I like to call Cassidy one of the only legends with one weapon. You don't really see a lot of blasters on Cassidy. It's mostly for that NSIG, and of course the confirmed downlight into NSIG, the most damaging true combo for Hammer.
Yeah, man, Teros needs it back. Give him downlight NSIG.
Dude, if Teros got that, it would be crazy. It would be so bad.
Give me downlight downsig too while we're at it. Anyways, Raydish, of course, starting off with the boots to great effect already. Kind of just running all over Wubz.
Yep.
There it is.
Starting off good there, and a lot of Wubz' game plan around that D-Light to counter when Raydish tries to land on Wubz as an attempt to avoid the NSIG, and then the NSIG when Raydish is trying to approach with jumps. And I think it's going to be very important versus this weapon composition, but I cannot believe that KO'd, but it did. The side sig fighting so much force, and that's going to find the first stock in this set.
I'm really surprised Wubz just kind of took that to the face, like really deer in the headlights on that one. I think Wubz wasn't expecting it to drop as fast as it did because it's a gravity cancel side sig. Like sometimes the gravity you're not sure of, but Wubz really just ate that.
Raydish eating that NSIG, but not nearly enough to KOs. He gets a big open up there with the Nair into recovery. A lot of damage on this Red Raptor, especially with the damage stand to the side light into Nair, going for the downer on Wubz' dodge read. But overall, Raydish is just absolutely picking apart Wubz with this orb.
Yeah, Raydish is doing a really good job with this orb, just finding those 2 hits and then trying to see what Wubz does. But Wubz gonna punish that spot dodge. NSIG still not enough. There it is, Wubz with the NSIG. All right, a little bit of just hopping around coming out from Wubz. Didn't deny that weapon. That's a burn dodge. Ooh, okay.
That's kind of one of those, like, not real confirms into SIGs, but that N-Light into side SIG is really good at catching people that are not quite ready. Hands maybe not on the wheel, and there, Raydish with the down air catches Wubz trying to go low on the recovery.
It is interesting that he went for N-Light into side SIG there, because Cassidy used to have N-Light into NSIG. So I'm surprised Wubz didn't just kind of default to that one, but I'm not sure if it does better damage.
Some nice innovations there from Wubz, and hopefully we find more of that to make this comeback happen. Nice catch on the jump away, and Raydish has been really good at avoiding this juggle state. I feel like Wubz doesn't find really any nairs on Raydish. It's a lot more of a covering when Raydish is on top of Wubz, but with that down air, it's going to be tough. But nice side air that catches the jump and taps it in with another side air. Wubz taking it to last stock.
Yeah, that was a really good confirm from Wubz. Hit him with the side light, knew Raydish was going to panic jump, as everybody does. So immediate jump side air, and then followed up with the finishing side air. That brings this one down to final stocks.
Hey, Raydish on the boots. We've been seeing a lot more of the orb going for that NSIG to try to catch the soft platform. Okay, just
no
side
dodge.
light into Wade. Yeah, Wubz has to burn a lot of resources to get on that soft platform. Definitely the place you want to be versus this Raydish boots. Oh, wow, that would have been it.
That dare saving him, but Wubz running out of options here as Raydish gonna get game number 1.
Yeah, looking very, very solid to come out for this game 1. We saw a lot of orb play to build damage, and also the battle boots finding a lot of success when Wubz was starting to call out a lot of these jump-ins from the orb, switching to the boots, playing very grounded, and really just running down Wubz, even on Hammer with a really good downlight to cover stacking, just getting like kind of trampled in some spots.
Yeah, I do want to highlight one thing you pointed out is that Raydish was playing very aerial, which is where Wubz started to catch a lot of just N6, because Raydish he was doing kind of the classic like spot dodge right above the opponent, just doing those air approaches, and Wubz was just like, okay, I'm going to keep hitting you with this lasso. Obviously, it didn't work forever, but he was starting to get a lot of those callouts.
Yeah, and you love to see that from Wubz. Is definitely those innovations you need is making it so that Raydish's game plan is a lot more linear. I think Orb is one of those weapons that really imposes the will of the match, but fortunately for Sandy, having that NSIG forces a lot of interesting questions, and I have an interesting question on why Raydish left this open. A lot of Orb players don't like the tri-platforms, but here we're going to be seeing Mishima Dojo.
Yeah, this is a weird one, especially because like usually platforms are bad for Orb because the down air doesn't always go straight through it. You'll get that bounce, so it's really safe underneath it. And then on the other side, Hammer players actually kind of like this map sometimes. They like the tri-plats because you can do those ledge cancel downlights, but so far Raydish looking all right. Oh, again, Wubz just eating those side sigs.
And burning the dodge as well. The sweat beads come out, and Wubz having to land on top of Raydish. Raydish playing right underneath these platforms and forcing Wubz to try to land on the ground, kind of knowing that Wubz needs the ground to get offense going. And Raydish catching the high recovery with the GC sidelight side air. And now that I think about it, I remember watching a lot of early season sets of Raydish and Java on these triplats. So maybe one of those fake counter picks where it's like, I actually know what I'm doing on this stage.
Yeah, he's looking comfortable. You're not seeing him throw out as much in the down air. but he is going in with a lot more aerial horizontal attacks. Like we saw those side airs come out. Spot dodge from Wubz kept him above the orb, but Raydish still finding hits.
Yeah, this orb with this Nair just calling out the platform movement really, really well, making it so hard for Wubz to get on the ground. I feel like Wubz hasn't gotten a downlight out this entire game so far.
Yeah, he's really just kind of getting knocked around. It really feels like Wubz is in that like panic position. Okay, gravity cancel N-Sig just to get some footing.
Another Nair whiffing for Wubz, and that gives Raydish some time, but that downlight in the corner, the first one connects, and it finds a KO downlight side air for Wubz, and immediately cycling through back to the hammer. No need for the blasters here.
One thing that I wish Wubz leaned a little bit more into is the fact that Cassidy comes in with base 8 decks, so you can actually throw out a couple more attacks that are generally less safe, and you just kind of have a little bit more protection. So just put out some zoning hitboxes against Raydish, because right now Raydish is in control. Even
taking the deck stance, as you were talking about, high decks, let those buttons fly. You know, you got to get some space between.
Oh, no recovery there? Wubz just letting Raydish run all over it. That'll be a KO.
Important to not active input there, so you actually get force on that move, and Raydish playing very well so far. Most notably, I think, is he's sharking the platforms really well on Orb, making it very difficult for Wubz, and actually I think the blasters could find a lot of success doing the same thing to Raydish.
Wubz doesn't want it, like you said. Most people play the Cassidy, they play it as a single weapon legend. Wubz not finding the hits that he wants. Okay, good scoop up, chase up, no immediate Nair instead. Was hoping for a reaction from Raydish.
Ooh, the movement from Raydish there, going for the down air but beneath the platform to get some horizontal movement. And oh my goodness, what a read, going for the ground pound on Wubz and the dodge in place.
Yeah, Wubz was lucky he was a little bit to the side, but we'll get that stomp side air. Final stocks again.
Okay, unarmed on Raydish. Let's see if Wubz can... Okay, I was going to say if he's going to weapon starve, but it looks like he just wants to hold the stage, and it's kind of tough because every time Wubz goes for a Nair, he's ending up on a soft platform, and it gives Raydish that control again to shark those platforms.
Okay, you're seeing Wubz really slow things down. He's playing back, making Raydish make that approach. Because he's got the boots, doesn't have the most range in the world. Nice double side light there.
Big opportunity, I felt like, for Wubz in the corner, getting some big damage, and Raydish now giving the corner to Wubz and catching the drop through the soft platform with the N-Sig, and Raydish juggling the weapons here as the weapon spawn comes in. We might see a swap of the orb, or just catching Wubz in the corner. Whoa! Such a good weapon toss.
Yeah,
that's the catch, and that's the game. Raydish with a very high GC sidelight to cover the landing after getting popped up. What a weapon toss, though. That really saved the set, or saved the game.
Yeah, definitely saved the game. I will point out, I do think Raydish started that really intelligently. Like, he knows that with Mishima Dojo, with these triplats, a lot of people like to try to recover onto those platforms, and he just gravity cancel sidelight every single time. He's like, you're going to go aerial, gravity cancel sidelight, easy clap.
Yeah, so it's a lot of nairs and recoveries underneath the platform for Raydish, and then, as you were saying, covering so much horizontal space above the platforms. It's why you go to Mishima Dojo, so you get some help on the landing, but if Raydish is covering it, maybe it doesn't help as much. It kind of makes it so that you have such small landing zones, it kind of cuts the map in 3.
Okay, nice start for Raydish again. Likes to go in with those down sigs. Wubz, again, throwing away the blasters. Does not want it at all.
Okay, picking up the hammer once again. Yeah, no blasters to be seen. I think we saw 2 nairs in total from Wubz, and I wonder if that was a crazy read from Wubz.
You know what? I respect the attempt. You're down 2 games. Got to do something a little wild. Nice scoop. Again, tries to chase.
The scoops have been really, really good when Raydish goes for the juggles on Wubz, but I feel like on this ground game, something that Cassidy really excels in, Raydish is kind of winning on the orb. Very troubling for Wubz. We'll see the adaptation here, though.
Oh, what's the punish? Oh, goes a little too far. Giving a lot of respect to that motorcycle. N-Sig catches the aerial movement of Raydish, and Wubz with the stock lead.
Back on the hammer, just cycling through back again after he gets disarmed by Raydish eventually. On the unarmed, getting the downlight into recovery, trying to follow up with an orb, and that sidelight's going to be very, very good now. It's going to start KOing on Wubz, and nice double sidelight from Wubz, getting some extra damage.
He's starting to add up some good damage here. Again, the neutral sig. Raydish gonna fall down, hit that side air. Still not enough. Ooh. Wubz!
Whoa! Whoa! And the ground pound, that's so bad, and Raydish doesn't even need to put a button out. That was almost so good after he hit that ground pound, but getting a little bit too aggressive offstage. I mean, you were up a stock, you got some nice damage, but you definitely would have wanted a stock there.
For sure. I mean, can't fault him for going a little over eager there, but now he's got to be careful because Raydish with the boots.
jump away was crazy. Oh, it's so bad for Wubz, who has the sweat beat. Goes for the side stick back, and oh, what a vertical hitbox. Actually beating out the ground pound. I thought it was over for that stock.
I know, Raydish thought so too. Went a little bit early there because Wubs' side sig was still active, and that one will KO Wubz now with an even bigger lead.
I cannot believe that worked out that way for Wubz, and was with the high dex, the side light into end light, getting some nice damage there, and looking poised to take this game, but Raydish on the boots is going to look to try to force an offstage interaction. Oh, good weapon toss from Wubz to avoid that end sig. And
another.
Okay, here we go.
He's going to back away. Raydish again starting to utilize those weapon tosses, trying to get a little bit more range. Good dodge from Wubz there from that side air.
Oh, going for the GC downlight to catch Wubz, attempting to jump away. Raydish with an opportunity to even up the stocks. Wubz not touching the wall there with the sweat beads, not enough momentum, and a very good weapon denial from Raydish. We'll see how this orb plays out, and I think Wubz has another hammer ready.
Yeah, but that entire lead that Wubz had completely negated at this point. Raydish found so many confirms with his boots. Once again, playing a little bit back away from the hammer.
I like the delay on the recovery, trying to cover the dodge, but Wubz dodging in that time. And overall, Raydish is dash jumping a lot when he knows he can't get N-Sig, but as soon as he gets in that bubble where dash up N-Sig can hit, no more dash jumps.
Oh, no way!
Player 2 wins.
No way!
What?
I would be mad if I was Raydish, because that was like an orange stock. Side light into gravity cancel side sig to finish off. They were just so far to the outside that ended up leading to a KO, and it gets Wubz on the board.
I am shocked. That's twice the side sig. Really, really paying off for Wubz there. Once in that ground pound scenario on the right side of the wall, but also to close out that game. And yeah, Raydish jumping away, not wanting to give the dodge into the ground pound or even a jump because you get recovered. And yeah, you just cannot be that horizontal to Sandy. And wow, Wubz starting off swinging in this game 4.
Honestly, I feel like Raydish, he's overthinking it a little bit. Wubz is not doing hammer ground pound. He's not doing hammer recovery. Instead, he's gone for hammer nair, and he's gone for a lot of horizontal stuff. It might be time for Raydish to just turn off the brain a little bit and go vertical against Wubz. Oh, never mind.
No.
It's fine.
That's so unfortunate. That down air just like stifles all your momentum and kind of keeps you in place. And if you're not fully ready and aware of your resources, it's very easy for you to lose that stock. And a very different scenario as Wubz has to now cycle back to a hammer because you lost it so early on, and you're down a stock as well. This really hurts the Cassidy game plan.
Yeah, this really put a halt to the momentum of Wubz because Raydish, he's full on denying weapons, fully recognizes Wubz only wants a hammer. There's the weapon spawn. Raydish gonna deny again.
Such a smart strategy from Raydish, is not allowing Wubz to get a weapon. It's been about a minute almost, and Wubz hasn't gotten anything going. And oh, what a ground pound covering the low recovery. And GC into the down sig. Doesn't matter. Wubz going for the GC downlight to try to get enough, but it wasn't.
And once again, Wubz denied any sort of weapon spawn. There it is. Can't get over there. Man. Raydish is just going to play that denial game.
And it lands right on top of Raydish once again, who gets a side light or gets a side air, and Wubz finally picking up a weapon, immediately swinging with a side sig, trying to get some offense going, but it might be too little too late.
Oh yeah, you can see Wubz is starting to go for some hopes and prayers here with these side sigs. The end sig not going to be quite enough here.
Yeah, and these weapons are fresh for Raydish, who's been cycling the entire time, just has so much, is not going to get this arm, but that side air will take out that stock.
Meanwhile, Wubz on his last stock here took quite a bit of damage, getting into that red, getting that KO percent. Good avoidance. Oh, didn't go over the corner.
And Raydish holding center once again. Wubz, one mistake can be the end of this game. The end light comes in. The weapon toss doesn't find a connection. Wubz going low on the recovery. That down air barely avoiding as well. No dodge because you GC'd, but getting the wall again. Double exclamation points and a weapon toss to cancel that end sig once again.
Okay, the neutral light because the stack up from Raydish. Once again, Wubz being a little careful here. Knows he is a full stock behind and more. Misses the stomp though. Good spot dodge from Wubz, but Raydish doesn't jump this time. Raydish learned his lesson, and that is gonna do it. Raydish with the side light side air to 3-1.
Yeah, a pretty solid game in the last game. I think it was a really unfortunate SD that really kind of derailed the Cassidy game plan. When you are not only down as stock, but also getting weapon starved because you have to cycle off the blasters, it becomes very difficult to get any offense going, and I really felt that for Wubz in that game.